I'm Aliona. I'm 25. The story started 6 years ago. It was summer. We were walking along the embankment with friends. A guy passed by, tall, with a good figure, moderately pumped up, under 2 meters tall and very handsome. His phone rang and he asked to call. We had a conversation, and one meeting, we didn't stop there. As time went on, we got closer and closer. I really liked him. I fell head over heels in love with him. Sergey was unemployed. At first, he didn't have much money. But I liked the fact that he always came up with something, was able to surprise. It was good and fun and calm with him. So he was there and nothing would happen. Well, there is no such situation that he would not cope. There is always something, he'll figure it out. We dated for a year. And then Serioza rented an apartment, and we began to build a family nest. Of course. And we fought. But what a family without light scandals. Serioza began to earn a decent living, which was amazing. He worked as a personal driver without a tower. He worked a lot, and often went on business trips. But he did not leave without attention. It seemed that he was right next to him, only in the next room. When I had trips abroad, business trips, he took me with him. Life seemed like heaven on earth. As soon as I asked for something, and it appeared, all my friends envied me. Half a year later, we got married. Everything was fine. But routine began to appear. Courtship became less. There was a crisis in the relationship. Paradise was ending as it seemed to me, and Serioza was beginning to lose color for me. There were times when it seemed to me that love had replaced habit. Everything became somehow monotonous. Serioza started building a house. He didn't want to live in an apartment, and insisted that he build our nest himself. As he called it, the shack. 2 years ago, I graduated from university and went to work. Met a guy at work, 27 years old, handsome, promising. He began to resemble Serioza before marriage. Anton was burning like fire next to him. Persistent, stubborn, with humor. At first, we just talked as colleagues. Sometimes we had lunch together. But later, Anton started pushing, offered to go for a walk, invited me on a date, courted me, and I slowly began to give in. I liked it. It quickly turns my head, as if emerging from underwater. We went to a cafe once, and then we just texted and talked at work. Life began to play with new colors. All my thoughts were only about Anton. But I was afraid that Serioza would find out about it and then the end. I didn't even think that a big betrayal would begin with such trifles. So, Serioza was sent on another business trip for 3 days, and before he left, we had a bit of a fight, and for some reason, I invited Anton for a drink. Anton agreed in one fell swoop and rushed to me, prepared. We drank. I poured out my soul to him, how tired I was, and how tired I was. Anton clung to me, hugged me, calmed me down, and began to show activity. Kissing began. He terribly excited my head, and what happened, happened. At that moment, Serioza's trip was canceled and he returned back. The locks in the door began to open, and it became clear that this was the end. Serioza quietly entered the door, saw unfamiliar sneakers, and went into the room. I was lying on the bed. Anton was next to me, and Serioza was standing over us. I was ready to sink into the ground at that moment. Serioza began to scream wildly, and he was ashamed, scared, and disgusted with himself. Serioza grabbed Anton and just threw him out the door, followed by his belonging. Tears began to flow. I was shaking. Serioza stood over me again and just looked at me. I tried to explain something to him, apologized, begged for forgiveness, swore that I would not do it anymore. Serioza turned around and began to leave. I followed him. He got into the car. Coldly, "You made a choice," until I still remember his phrase when we were getting divorced. Bitterly, "If the vase is broken, then it's just fragments now." Serioza did not want to forgive me in any way. I came to his work. I came to his house. He did not even want to communicate in any way. I decided to try to meet him through his friend, who didn't know anything. Or maybe he did. Just kept quiet, talked to his friend, found out about Serioza, and nothing worked out for me. I immersed myself completely in my work. I started drinking on weekends. You drink wine and it's easier, trailing off. But my soul is torn to pieces. You understand what kind of firewood you've broken and how to fix it. No one knows how to fix it. Life is not a movie. You really want to, but you can't rewind time. I immediately wanted to break up with Anton. Surprised, he broke up himself. Came to work and asked me not to approach him anymore. Thoughtful. But I want to say that as soon as you lose, then you understand who and how you love. You understand who and what you lost. Self-reproachful. You're a fool, frustrated. I had a loving husband, a bright future. And what was missing? Frustrated, the shores, exasperated. There were not enough shores. I've lost my spatial orientation and fucked up everything, growls. A month ago, I saw him with his new girlfriend, standing as we used to stand, hugging her the same way. And I'm so sad that he hugs her, not me, that he loves her, everything that I had. Now she has all the affection, all the love, all of Serioza's ideality is hers now. Jealous, I'm jealous. Frustrated, I know I'm wrong, but I'm jealous. I know you can't bring it back. And in the evenings I sit and think, well, how can I ask him to talk to me? At least just to talk. Pleading, annoyed. I know that he's fine. And he brought her to his house. Not he's sleeping with her. And I'm jealous, and jealous now. Thoughtful. You quickly lose your head from good things. Unnoticeably. But the payback is too expensive. Cautionary. Think about it first. But is it even worth starting? Resigned. I'm 25. There were 2 guys after Serioza. But that's not it. Well, they're not like that. They may not be bad, but they're not like Serioza. Well, they're different. Sadly, believe me,